give the floor to Artem Magna.
Gracias, señor presidente.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. As a representative of civil society of Cuba, we welcome for this opportunity to be involved in this 2023 social forum. Distinguished delegates, despite the fact that STI has played a fundamental role in the promotion and protection of human rights in almost all of the parts of the world, in Cuba, we have a different experience. The communist regime has monopolized all the development. The chair interrupts.
There is a point of order. Please, Cuba.
Gracias, señor presidente.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. We are sorry to have to interrupt the proceedings and asked for a point of order pursuant to Article 113 of the Rules of Procedure of the General Assemblies, the UN General Assembly. We have looked at the agenda of this debate, and we do not see anywhere written that Cuba is being analysed or reviewed or considered in the general debate, and that is why we would ask the Speaker to be called to order and ask him to stick to the topic of this social forum, which is science, technology and innovation for the promotion of human rights. Thank you.
Thank you. I request the participants to Venezuela. You have the point of order. Gracias.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairperson. We endorse what has just been said by the delegation of Cuba under Article 113 of the UN General Assembly Rules of Procedure. My delegation objects to the fact that the member states of the Human Rights Council must continue to allow for a civil society organization, so-called civil society organization, is using the social forum to raise policies that have nothing to do with the promotion and protection of human rights, nor with the topic of this forum. Once again, contrary to what is established in the resolution, the relevant ECOWAS resolution, this does not represent a contribution to our work pursuant to Article 57C of that aforementioned resolution. Would ask in the spirit of cooperation that should prevail in our work, I'd ask the representative of the civil society to act appropriately and not make accusations that are unsubstantiated. As a member state, would therefore ask the chairperson to call the speaker to order. Thank you.
Yes, I have to remind everybody that this social forum is focused on the theme of the contribution of science, technology, and innovation to the promotion of human rights. And I encourage all participants to stick their statement to the theme under discussion in this forum. And by repeating my appeal, I again give the floor to the representative of Artemanga by requesting him to restrict his statement to the theme of the discussion.
Gracias, señor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. We can only speak of our experience, and our experience is the following. We would therefore request the right to express freely our opinion. The communist regime in Cuba...
Sorry to interrupt you, because I humbly requested you to restrict your statement based on the code of conduct of the forum. And I am sorry that I have to stop your statement at this point. And I give the floor to, if there are any other requests for the floor. It seems that Thank you. I now give the floor back once again and to Artem Magna, hoping that you will stick your statement to our theme and no need to have a new point of order. Thank you.
Thank you once again, Mr. Chairperson. As I was saying, despite the fact that science and technology and innovation have played a fundamental role in the promotion and protection of human rights, in my country, our experience is different. In that country, all the development resources have been monopolized in the development of interventionistic policy.
There is a point of order. Cuba, you have the floor.
Gracias, señor presidente.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. We have to intervene once again to ask a point of order pursuant to Article 113 of the United Nations General Assembly Rules of Procedure. It is clear that the Speaker is endeavouring to mention implicitly Cuba, a country which is not subject to review in this forum. The Speaker is wishing to politicise the work of the social forum and is raising matters that are not on the agenda. We draw your attention also, Mr. Chairman, to the fact that this person who is using the floor right now has a shameful, very often has violated the Vienna Convention, has spoken out against Cuban representatives. He has also supported the inhuman and unlawful embargo against the Cuban people, which has been denounced by the international community for over 30 years through resolutions of the General Assembly. And furthermore, the same people here today in this room have supported military interventions in my country, which is why they have no legitimacy to intervene in this forum. Once again, Mr. Chairperson, given that the intention of this person is not to contribute respectfully to the work of this forum, nor to tackle any matter that could contribute towards the advance of STI, I would ask you kindly to withdraw his right to speak. Thank you.
Thank you. Colleagues, there are many other Venezuela, please.
Gracias, señor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. Because of time, I would just say that I support the point of order raised by Cuba, and I would reiterate what I said earlier on. I would ask that you call the Speaker to order. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Venezuela. I would like to remind you that there are a lot of forums within the Human Rights Council that there is the possibility to make your statements and viewpoints about the issue which we are discussing now. My request to you is to focus our statements and not let our discussions to be deviated from the main train that we have to follow. I'm afraid that if we continue in this way, then the main mission of our social forum will be undermined. And therefore, for the last time, I appeal to you to limit your statement to the substantive discussion we have at our hand.
Gracias nuevamente, señor.
Thank you once again, Mr. Chairperson. As you can see here, every time a Cuban wishes to speak, he is silenced. But can't I speak? Can I not speak?
Sorry. There is a point of order. Cuba, please.
Gracias, señor presidente.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. We insist. We will not allow the members of this organisation to continue to violate the procedures of this social forum. As you said in your statement, sir, there are other fora within the UN to tackle issues, specific issues of interest. We will not allow this person to continue to act against Resolution 1996/31 of the Economic Social Council, the ECOSOC, of the United Nations. It is obvious, and this room has seen it with its own eyes, that the purpose of this person is not to contribute to this debate. The purpose of this person is to create a political show or showdown against a member state, a sovereign member state, but not just a sovereign member state, but a member of the Human Rights Council, which recently also has been has received the votes of 146 members of the international community, as confirming its role as a full-fledged member of the Human Rights Council. We remind you of the rules of the United Nations. They are clear, and this kind of conduct is prohibited because this conduct is disrespectful and frustrates the genuine purposes of this social council. Once again, we ask you kindly to meet your responsibilities as the chairperson of this social forum and to deny the right of this person to speak who has not spoken constructively or respectfully in this forum. Thank you.
Thank you. Iran, you have point of order.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm talking on point of order, and I feel that the intervention by our distinguished colleague from Cuba and Venezuela is quite pertinent, and I beg the indulgence of our distinguished participant to deal with the issues, because in human rights, you know that we have turned from the defunct Commission of Human Rights for Human Rights Council, and in Human Rights Council, we have to put aside the naming and shaming policy which was already existing. So if in the line with the policy and the shift that we have for the structure in human rights, if we want to have fruitful achievements, therefore we have to be constructive. And you know that being constructive is to respect others. And of course, we do understand that countries like Cuba, Venezuela, and other countries have, problems vis-à-vis the issue of development and issues regarding science, technology, and blockages. Different NGOs can concentrate on many issues. For example, why you are not speaking on unilateral coercive measures on Cuba or on Venezuela or other countries? Why you are not talking, issues which are emanated from science and technology on other areas which are hampering or preventing countries like Cuba on further development? Therefore, Mr. Chairman, my suggestion is that if this distinguished colleague of us could suffice and could concentrate on the issue of the agenda, not to name and shame anybody, then I think it is allowed and for further speaking. Otherwise, my delegation would strongly support Cuba and Venezuela to stop this distinguished participant. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Algeria, you have requested for the floor. Thank you, Algeria. And coming back to the discussion we had on the previous speaker, I genuinely tried to give the message to the speaker to observe the dignity and respect of the social forum so that we can continue our discussions in a useful way. But my feeling is that I haven't been able to convince the speaker to conduct his statement in this framework. And I'm afraid that by continuing this bilateral discussion, then we will take apart from our main issues and theme of discussion. And therefore, I prefer to conclude this section of our social forum. Then we will have a break, and then we will be here at 3 o'clock. Thank you, everybody.
Gracias, señor.
Thank you very much, President. Distinguished delegates, although science, technology and innovation have played a key role in the promotion and protection of human rights in virtually the whole world, in anti-democratic countries there is a very different thing going on. We are seeing unprecedented progress in this area, but autocrats have used scientific knowledge and technological innovation to exercise absolute control of the population, perpetuating totalitarian systems that terrorize their citizens through internet censure, misinformation, and the blocking of internet sites. Freedom of expression is curtailed, and citizens have no access to independent information and scientific knowledge. Distinguished delegates, technology is also used in an inhuman manner to spy on citizens. We have documented cases of surveillance, of private communication, and through technology and facial recognition technology. This violates the privacy of citizens and exposes them to constant oversight, fear, and control. What is most alarming is that these governments that are not governing are using science and technology to repress the dissident population. We have arbitrary detention, the persecution of political opponents, and violent repression of peaceful demonstrations are common practices which are supported by a sophisticated apparatus of security which is technologically advanced. In this context, it's essential that we are aware of these horrors and that we are committed to avoiding that science, technology, and innovation are used in this way anywhere in the world. We cannot sit on our hands when we are faced with this fearsome reality where science and technology have become tools for oppression and suffering. The future of humanity depends on the wisdom with which we will handle these tools, and we must spare no efforts to fight for a better world where science and technology are only used for everyone's well-being and benefit and are not used as an instrument of repression and control, as is occurring with impunity in many countries such as Cuba, Venezuela, and Iran.
Cuba, you have.